Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. Wargame Red Dragon, the Second Korean War, continues here in the year of 1992. We've got some big points to spend here in the upper left corner to get reinforcements. The Battle of Seoul and Chuncheon are about to begin, and if you want to see more of this content, do me a big favor then and tell me you like this by hitting that like button and would like to see more, as well as hitting that subscribe button too to see more Wargame Red Dragon and much more World War II and Modern Warfare on the channel as well. In previous battles here, we got pushed out of Naval Sector India, and we have an opportunity to take it back at some point once we move our ships over, but the Enterprise was able to successfully escape from the Naval Sector Kilo that the enemy was occupying. We had a battle back and forth, and now it's time to move some of our reinforcements into the areas in order to try to resist the North Koreans from pushing in. The Chinese, North Koreans are all coming together, so it's going to be a very hard fight until our reinforcements from the west arrive. And we're going to go ahead and call in a few other aircraft as well, including the 216th Attack Squadron and also the 207th Fighter Squadron, in order to lend a hand around, or at least over, Seoul. We're going to go ahead and send those reinforcements then in, so that way we have some sort of a force to hold back the enemy. We have artillery and infantry here, but I don't think it's going to be very successful, though. Two enemy squads did get destroyed here at some point. Must have been during an earlier attack, and wow, that's good news for us. So it looks like perhaps we might only have the 32nd Infantry Regiment to fight against, as well as some aircraft, until the Chinese assist a landing from the North Korean 567th. And that's going to be a Marine squad that's going to come in here, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, we've got plenty to do, and we've got plenty of points to spend as well, so we should probably do that as well. We have a lot of different, oh, wow, actually quite a few different units here, including armor to call in, K1, A1, which are very good South Korean tanks. We can call these in from the very south, which is going to take some time to get here, but we may as well do that. We're going to probably hold here at Mokpo until we know that the enemy is not going to attack naval-wise. But let's get started by calling in some of our units. And actually, before we do that, I do want to see what we have for Air Force, which is mostly ground attack aircraft, and ground forces here, which is Armored Battalion. We need something a little bit more advanced. We also have some American aircraft to call in, like Harriers and such, but nothing's going to be as good as tanks on the ground, to be honest. So let's get started with that. We'll go with the 3rd Armored Battalion, and we'll go ahead and probably call them into the center, so that way they can make their first moves here to Daegu, and then depending on where the enemy moves, we can either defend at Wonju or at Daejeon if they push us out. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and hold on to the rest of our political points and try to replenish some of our units. We can go back to port to R&R a few of these units, I believe, such as this naval squadron here, or the flotilla, and that'll give us a good advantage, and then we'll flank over that way. Alright, no more talk. Let's get right into the battle at Seoul. I guess we already battled for Seoul before. I guess I didn't realize that, but our second battle of Seoul is about to begin then, and or at least the map is the same as where we battled previously, and this will be a good area to fight on. We could also fight in the previous section over here with the 2nd Armored Regiment, but we'll go ahead and battle here today. Let's get started. Alright. It's going to be a tough battle, I can tell. We've already had some reinforcements from before come through, and oh yes, we've already battled it out with these guys before. Alright, very good. Lots of battles going on, hard to keep track of where all of them are, but it's good to be in battle. Alright, let's go ahead and get a, see if we can get our fob up over here for naval ships. One thing we learned previously is that the Swedish ships are very important here in fighting back the enemy. They've done a great job of destroying all enemy units, so we'll get them ready to move up immediately to cut off units from Ongjin. And it looks like Echo is not under our control either. But one important thing that we learned is putting any sort of naval units there is very important too. We can put recoilless rifles and infantry in those buildings, and they have no problem pushing the enemy back. We're also going to get a few Zippos as well, as they have a 40mm gun on them. So we'll go ahead and defend the crossroads right here by basically filling it up with Marines and also some anti-tank units. Okay, KFV-90s, we're going to keep an eye on the enemy as well. We have a few of these Fiats at our disposal. And one thing that we learned too previously is that our troops are extremely powerful in cover in some of these areas. So we'll go ahead and fill up the village again. Seems like we're going to be battling some of these battles time and time again as the North Koreans are desperate to push through. And so are the Chinese and everyone else who's trying to end the war quickly. But we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, we're going to have some of those troops go that direction. We're also going to grab some of these guys and go... How come I can't... I want to select 2 of these veteran troops. I can't seem to... There we go. Call out 2 of those veterans to assist at the village. And 2 more anti-tank units there. Alright, I think we're ready to start the battle. If we have air support, which we do, we'll call that out for both cluster and... wow, look at that. They can drop standard bombs and cluster bombs. That's going to be important. So let's go ahead and call out 2 of these fighters for escort, and we'll use the rest of our points for bombing as soon as we make contact with the enemy. Let the battle begin! Alright, here we go. Alright, we have units moving over this direction. We have 1 unit occupied here. And we'll get our reinforcements over there as soon as we get enough points at Naval Sector 5. We're short on points, so it's not going to be easy. Alright, let's move these guys here. And we'll move these guys to the crossroad for a better defense. Looks like I only called out 1 Fiat from before. Alright, we'll have 2 of these guys stick together. Okay, big battle about to take place here at the village. We know from previous battles that there's a huge battle coming our way. And that's how we destroyed some of those units from before. Alright, very good. Alright, as soon as we have enough points, we'll go ahead and go back to Naval Sector Charlie so we can call out another unit to push forward. I wanted to make sure we had this section just in case the enemy spawned very close to us. Spawning meaning attacking from Chunchan, but it looks like they're not going to do that just yet. We'll see. Oh, it looks like our units are able to cross amphibiously. And here comes our reinforcements. Alright, naval units, let's go ahead and drop them off. Our naval units will flank here, and we'll get some anti-tank up as well. STRB-90s are armed. It's a Swedish patrol ship armed with Hellfire missiles, and can really do a ton of damage to the enemy, not to mention loaded to the teeth with, wow, look at that, different types of 50 calibers. If we see any enemy units here, we can immediately pop them. So the Swedes are doing a good job there. Alright, recon detects nothing yet. We're ready to roll back, so let's go ahead and do that. Just like savings at Walmart, we're going to roll this one back here. And it should be a good time, if you know what I mean. I know, yep. Alright, let's get these troops deployed. Hopefully they all go to the right side. Okay, that's our anti-tank trooper. These guys are going to go to the left. That's alright. Let's just get across the bridge and move. Alright, perfect. So, we don't see any enemy contacts yet. The enemy might be holding in a defensive stance, or possibly, more than likely, are building up for a big attack. They're going to be calling in more units over time. Let's get these units over here, and this should allow us to have certain reinforcements. Actually, wait a minute. Where we were able to get reinforcements. My mistake. I thought we were in a non-reinforcement zone. Okay, never mind. We're all good then. We'll just call in that extra unit. Perfect. So less units than we had before, but we're in a much better stance than previously. I don't see any enemy units moving. I think what we could probably do is if we have a recon helicopter, darn, we don't. There's probably a command unit over here somewhere, and if we can find it, we can actually destroy the enemy forces there. And, oh, wait a minute, we see something moving. If we can destroy the command vehicle, we cut off the reinforcements for the future. And it looks like they have land and air reinforcements here and here, and are getting a slight reinforcement boost, but not like we are. We'll be getting more than them in just a moment. There we go. BTR 60P spotted. Troop transporters. Beautiful. It's basically a BTR with the top cut off of it. Beautiful. 2 missiles coming in. Oh, look at that. A Chinese command unit. I think that's a Chinese command unit. I don't think it's North Korean. Oh, wow. I wonder if we can go up this river. Wow, I actually see several command units around. We're going to start destroying those. Oh, the enemy's going to fire artillery at us shortly. Oh, look at that. Enemy command units are everywhere. And our units are having a hard time destroying them. Let's have the Fiat do it. Okay, those units with the little stars above them are units that can capture these white areas and then turn them into their corresponding color, in this term's red. And then once they capture it, they get those reinforcement points, and that's not good. So let's go ahead and crush these guys any second now. One more hit should do. Alright, and they've engaged Ramian Cloak next to a recon vehicle. Basically what that means is they just went below the riverbank. I don't think that vehicle even has a single weapon on it, so we should be fine. So the previous battle for Seoul, I guess, rocked the enemy to their core. They lost a ton of their units, and, oh yeah, and they're losing a ton of points now. Their morale is high, but what I'd like to do at this point now is possibly lure the enemy into an attack. Unfortunately, we only have one Stinger, but we do have plenty of, I guess we don't have plenty of anti-aircraft either. Mostly artillery at our disposal. And we are just harassing the enemy over there. That is beautiful. Look at that. All those units just getting popped the moment they stick their head out. Beautiful. Good job with the Swedes. Okay, let's go ahead and get another reinforcement sector. We're going to go ahead and reinforce this area here and capture that, and we'll try to do the same at Echo. But before we do, I want to make sure we have a plenty of vehicles out to defend. Fiats are fantastic. One of the best. Alright, more command units coming up. Capture that area finally. Good. Alright, lots going on here, but not as much as went on in previous battles. So we're definitely in some much better situations here. I don't really see much going on for the enemy, so let's go ahead and speed up time just a little bit and see what happens. What we're truly waiting for here is an enemy attempt to try to break through our lines, but I don't see anything coming through at the moment. Not a thing. Let's go ahead and get some more infantry out. We'll get another squad here to defend with the Fiats. We'll have them come up here, and then we'll flank this direction to secure that forest. Oh, looks like the enemy finally got ballsy enough to capture Foxtrot, so they now have somewhat more income than they had before. The Swedes are just hanging off the coast there, looking for any trouble. Let's go ahead and have our recon group come up here. We'll go ahead and send these guys up to Delta, and then we'll have them swing around and see if they can see anything from the village here, and allow the Swedes to blow up some more stuff. And it looks like another command unit. Out in the open, lonely, sad, and about to die. I don't think the Swedes can actually go up the river. I think I tried that, and there was no can-do on that one. Well, the enemy's really trying to capture areas now. Oh, it looks like they backed off from that one. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We're going to send in our Fiats now. We don't want the enemy having any more command points. Looks like they captured Delta, too. Alright, we need to slow things down and start eliminating enemy positions. There it is. Okay, enemy command unit destroyed there. Enemy is desperate to capture zones and re-establish themselves in this area, but we're not going to allow that to happen. Alright, very good. The Fiats can hold their own too in battle, so there's not too much of a risk here. This is more like a cleanup operation. Where are the North Koreans? I don't see any of their troops. Oh, wait a minute. One of their vehicles there possibly spotted. KM900s are great. They can move across rivers. Small enemy transport there eliminated. Ooh, enemy aircraft. Cavalcade of bombing. They're gonna get out of there before we have a chance to fight back. There's that enemy vehicle, or unit. Come on, guys, get out of this. Get out of the napalm here. Come on. There we go. Alright, get our boys to cover. We should be alright. Artillery coming in on us. Alright, let's get that unit replenished. Artillery incoming.
눈을 뜨면 우리 집 안방이고 형하고 아침을 먹을 거야.
Okay, well, we've got ourselves plenty of territory captured. Same with the enemy. We could probably push into Foxtrot at some point. Let's get a couple of recon units ready to do it and see if we can eliminate enemy positions there. We have some good fighting vehicles to support that, so we'll move in with recon and some of those armored recon units. 8 minutes remaining. Oh, the North Koreans aren't putting up much of a fight now. They're starting to fall on the breakers. But they'll bring a second wave soon. So it's very important for us not to take losses here. We'll have these guys double time it back to the village. Alright, we have anti-aircraft, or we have fighters up at least, ready to go this time. Now, one thing we can do is immediately target all enemy positions at the at that capture zone. So let's try to bombard them with artillery and see if we can get a free kill on their command unit there at Foxtrot. It's a small area to defend, and it's a good area for us to attack. Alright, well, we're blocking the entrance to Seoul. I can't believe it. The enemy, when they do attack via the water, will come in this direction, and we'll try to take Naval Sector Charlie. And we'll try to land there, I'm assuming, since it's the only naval sector there. Alright, we got plenty of time here to do some damage and remove North Korean fighting positions. Let's go ahead and have these trucks move fast here. That'll replenish that group. Okay, so we're going to go to Foxtrot with our ships here and lend some support. Monitor Zippos are some Vietnam era-like ships that basically have a flamethrower on top and a 76 or 40 millimeter. So they have napalm, and it looks like several machine guns on the top, though I don't know. Wow, that's actually a very interesting looking weapon. This is 1992, by the way, so that's pretty old at this point. Alright, recon's almost in position. Looks like the North Koreans have just kind of puttered out with their attack. I don't really see them doing much of any sort of attack at the moment. Alright, let's get our Fiat up here to take a look at what they're doing. North Korean artillery is over here, and I'm expecting a lot of units over here on the other side. So let's push in there and see what we can see, and we'll start hitting targets along the beach. Well, we did a good job of immediately moving to our defensive sectors. North Koreans not really doing much this round. I'm actually impressed. We're able to pick away at the enemy's attack a little bit. Really not much going on here. For now, but don't be fooled. We do need to bomb them into submission, though. So I'm going to bomb the hell out of them the moment we spot some stuff. And you know the North Koreans are going to have aircraft coming in. The only thing we really have against aircraft is probably the... we may as well bring in a Donghae to hold them down, too. The only thing we can really do against anti-aircraft is a Stinger. I think we lost one Stinger in our previous battle. It's kind of caught out in the open. Usually you have a very big abundance of that. Bong Chosu is standard North Korean infantry. With hover boots, by the way. Advanced technology for the North Koreans. They're able to just hover across the battlefield without even moving their knees. Wonderful. Type 68 machine guns, or Type 73 LMGs, RPG-7s, and Type 68 assault rifles are with them, too. So let's go ahead and get ready to attack those. We spotted BTRs there. Oh, that might actually be the enemy command unit up there. Alright, let's go ahead and hit that position. Yes, it is. Zippos, wow, look at that. Amazing. We actually, oh, wow, we're not able to capture that area, but wow. Alright, North Korean infantry moving across the bridge. Oh, bad day for them. Alright, let's check Chunshan then.
그들이 말하길 저 정찰병은 죽은 정찰병이라도
Let's get rid of this sector for the enemy.
해당 지역을 수색합니다.
Bong Chosu just being devoured.
그들이 말하길 저 정찰병은
Gonna get another recon unit. Alright, these guys are excited. The battle's coming.
그들이 말하길
Wow, are we going to be able to push the North Koreans out of here? They don't. I guess they don't really have much of a fighting force. Well, they can defend themselves, but not really attack. Okay, well, we have about 3 minutes here, so we better take immediate action to... anything we call out at this moment is too late, so we need to just attack with boots on the ground.
대기 중입니다.
Let's get as close as possible. If we can cut the enemy off and only limit them to this position, that's going to be fantastic for us. And the Donghae is arriving as well. Wonderful. Beautiful. Enemy units being destroyed here by the Fiat. Fear the Fiat, man. That is a tough unit to destroy and a very good unit to have on our side.
갈것 필요해?
Look at that. We've actually captured an enemy FOB and also supply units, and they're fleeing.
전쟁이 안 날 거라고 하더니
Oh, the North Koreans know what's up. Oh, and their artillery being caught off guard.
지휘관님, 모병이 대체 뭘 할 수
Look at that.
있겠습니까? 말하라, 이상.
Alright, enemy's going to have to flee from that area. Okay, they just called out their aircraft. Let's go ahead and start a
우리 것이다.
random bombing campaign.
표적 확인. 교전 중. 수호 천사가 필요한 사람.
Okay, we just captured enemy cargo. Enemy cargo trucks have just been captured. Beautiful. We've now captured North Korean supply trucks. Looks like there was 2 grains of rice on that one. Wow.
죽은 정찰병이라도
Fully loaded. Alright. Fantastic. And an enemy FOB captured as well. Perfect. Alright, we're going to bombard the hell out of the positions here in the corners. Since the enemy called out their air force, we now know it's going to be a little bit of time till they're able to bring it back. So let's see if we can hit anything. Oh, we made him flee.
현 공격은 위험하다.
Oh, looks like they shot at some of our aircraft, but no luck for them. Looks like we found the enemy command unit over here.
지휘관님, 모병이
Go ahead and move in with everything we got. Let's find those guys.
대기 중입니다.
And we'll keep these supply units safe.
맞습니까?
So we now have an extra FOB that we can use in the future, and also extra command extra supply units that we can use. Beautiful.
말하라, 이상.
I think that command unit's fleeing back to their start.
뭐라도 보이나?
North Korean aircraft. Nope, they're evacing.
하늘은 우리 것이다.
Bong Chosu in the open.
말하라, 이상. 우리 역시는 아무것도 없으실 겁니다. 명령 받겠습니다.
Oh, that's incredible. Wow.
위치는 지명품에
Alright, Bong Chosu eliminated. Alright, we got 20 seconds to find this command
명령
unit.
받겠습니다.
I don't think those guys dropped their bombs. They lost sight of us. 10 seconds. We need to find that command unit.
지시를 기다리는 중입니다.
If anything, the enemy does not command this sector. Beautiful. We push the enemy all the way back to the corner here at Seoul. Fantastic. Alright. And the 30... Ooh, look at that. 32nd Infantry Regiment destroyed. Look at all those units destroyed there. And we didn't lose a single unit. We did not lose a single unit. North Korea got absolutely destroyed. That is not a draw, baby. That is a absolute victory. Look at that. We didn't lose a single unit. The Swedes here destroyed quite a few. Oh, in fact, they destroyed some other vehicles and 2 command units, too. And the Fiat, look at that. The Fierce Fiat just destroying Absolutely just destroying. The enemy only has aircraft remaining, which means they have nothing here. They have nothing here. That's it. That's not a draw. The enemy has to withdraw. They have no ground forces anymore. It's just aircraft flying over Seoul. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, we've got another battle here now against enemy Air Force. Multi-role squadron. Let's see. Ooh, they got some good tanks. T-72Ms versus Mark 48s. That's not going to be a winning battle for us. But we do have anti-air defenses, which is good. Nothing else that we can move at the time. Actually, we do have something we can move. We'll put these units on R&R for now, and get them back up to fighting order for a defensive battle. Can't move the tank at all. Mokpo. I don't necessarily want to move anything from Mokpo because the enemy may try to do an amphibious landing. So I want to keep those forces there for now. And we also have to get this naval sector hotel. We need to get these forces back up and running. That's why I'm saving so many points, because it does take points to replenish those losses from before. All right, we're doing so far so good, I would say. And in fact, we can hopefully my goal here will be to destroy the attack here and try to flank the enemy there, but I don't think we'll be able to do that with all those pending Chinese and North Korean and Soviet forces coming our way. Look at some of the advanced technology they have. They have a T-90S on their side ready to go in, attack helicopters, plenty of artillery, and even units that are unknown over here. So it's not like after this first wave we've won. There's so much more coming in, including a naval landing at Seoul. They probably didn't think the first time it would work, but they definitely have plenty of reinforcements to come in, infantry-wise and also tank-wise. Now, it looks like here at Kaesong, the only area they can push directly into is Chucheon. So if we get pushed out of here, it's going to come down to Daejeon, and we can flank all of our units over here. That's going to be a major important area with the airport, but each area that we hold adds up to extra points for us. So we need to make sure that we get back Delta for 3 additional points. We need to make sure that we get back India for 5 additional points. And then we're going to continue to be pushed back. That's exactly what's supposed to happen in this campaign. So we'll continue to see that happen along this route. Eventually we will invade North Korea, and we will capture all their territory, and we will basically put an end to the regime and liberate North Korea after this. We'll get authorization to do so as soon as all North Korean forces, Chinese forces, Soviet forces are not on the ground on South Korean soil. So once the 38th parallel has been reestablished, we have won that battle, and we now have to invade North Korea. That's it for this episode then, folks. Thank you very much for watching. A little uneventful so far, which is good. It means we have the advantage. We just destroyed yet another enemy squadron, and we're having ourselves some good times here. So I'll see you all next time, and take care, and goodbye.